Hi, we're live for day 7. Woohoo, day 7, you guys. I am so impressed by everybody. I am so impressed that you made it, how much you've been playing, how dedicated you are. It has been such an honor and a privilege, and I just have really, really enjoyed being here with you. And tomorrow is Valentine's Day. So I'm wearing a heart. Yay. And I am going to pop in tomorrow to give you guys a Valentine's Day hello sometime during the day, just as if by magic, to give you a Valentine's Day hello and give you some tips for having a great Valentine's Day, no matter what your situation, because it is a day of love. So let's see who's on here with us. I'm not seeing anything in the comments yet. Who's here? I wanted to say hello to those people. There have been people who have shown up for every single live. Hi, Marie, you are one of them. You, my love, are in the lead right now for the grand prize that Marie, she's meeting men left and right. She's flirting up a storm. So, and I wanted to remind you that I'm going to be back on Friday at 5 to announce the winners. And oh, hi, Tara, look at you. Great. And how happy, because I was able to do it with Zoom, so we all get to watch the presentation this time. So hi, Kay. Hi, Tara. Hi, Marie again. All right, you guys. So this is very exciting. I am super proud of everybody. So again, I'm going to be back Friday at this same time to announce the winners of the contest, which every single one of you can be a winner. So before I jump into the content, I want to share the contest again with y'all. Oh, nope, that's day 7. Okay. The contest. So easy. All you need is to have 10 points to win the first prize, which is my True Love online program. And if 15 people get 10 points, I'm going to do it for you guys live. So that's pretty exciting. So I'll teach the content 1 week, how to be successful online, how to find the right men, how to find the men that you like, how to communicate with them, how to send that first email, what to say, whether you send the first email, how to take the relationship from online to in real life. That's huge. How to date online safely. Because online dating is a great way to meet people, but it is definitely a skill. So really, if any of you guys are thinking about online, or if you've been dating online and you want to have better results, this is a really great benefit. Okay. So 10 points. So day 1, you posted your perfect date. You get this table out, you print it, you handwrite on it, you keep track of your points. You get 1 point. Power outfit, 1 point. Share your favorite true love story, 1 point. Did the make eye contact with everybody exercise, 2 points. Eye contact with an attractive man, 2 extra points. Favorite activity, that's what we did yesterday, identifying your list of your inspired action, right? Your activities that is nudging you, the things that you've been meaning to do or wanting to do, researching that. And then today, you're going to commit to that. And I'll share that at the end. You get points for all these things. And then the bonuses, the attractive man, 2 points. If you went up to a stranger, which I know that Marie, I gave that example, she talked to her neighbors who were like this adorable couple and heard their story, right? I know Lisa did that as well. So if you get story from somebody you don't know about how they met their true love, that's a bonus point. And day 7 bonus, which we'll talk about as well. So you have a total possible points of 14. You only need 10, and I need 15 of you to get 10. And then if you want to make up something, get some makeup points, read my ebook. The link is under, I believe it's under unit, it's Man Day Monday, so I believe it's under unit 5 is the link to get right into my ebook. No opting in, just grab the book, write a review about why you like the book. You can email it to me at Pamela@datingfortruelove, or you can post it here and tag me. Okay, so you keep track of this, print it out, keep track of it, take a picture of it, and then here in the day 7 comments, post it, and that's how you win your prize. So you have to submit your table in order to win your prize. And then I'll just go through and verify it. And you have until Friday at 1 p.m. Pacific time to get all of this done. So I don't have it, we do not have anywhere close to 15 people right now, but I'm believing that you guys are all very goal-driven, deadline-driven people. I am myself. And it's very, very easy to get these points. This is not hard stuff. And the purpose of this, again, the purpose of this challenge is to get you into the energy of attracting true love and the energy of taking action, and to teach you what inspired action feels like. Because yesterday when I shared how to manifest true love, it's a series of inspired action and personal growth, and inspired action and personal growth, inspired action, learning line, inspired action, learning line, right? Okay, so that's that. And then I want to jump back into the Facebook group really quickly. Does anybody have any questions about how the challenge is working? About how to do your points, about how to get points? Any questions about that at all? You can just post in the comments. Okay, so I'm not seeing any. That's great. So then I'm going to start the final training of this Jumpstart program. And I would also just love to hear how you guys are liking it, if you're enjoying it, if you're enjoying the group. You know, I love to hear your comments about it too, because I just love teaching this stuff. And I'm so passionate about women finding love, women getting their needs met in relationships. You know, I'm passionate about really transforming the relationships between men and women, and moving into a time of fulfilling relationships, not relationships made out of scarcity and relationships, you know, built out of fear of being alone, but relationships built out of inspiration. Like I was saying, Reverend Michael Bernard Beckwith, pain pushes you until inspiration pulls you. And I want to see everybody being in relationships that inspire them and that they're happy and that they're fulfilled, because I believe that is one way that will change the world, right? Okay, so let's do the training for today. Oops, not that one. Escape, view, slideshow. All right, so yesterday we talked about the manifestation process, and I want to talk about where people get stuck, because people get stuck. That's part of the process. That's just part of it. You set out on a goal and you will inevitably get stuck. Okay, so yesterday we shared that basically you take inspired action, an obstacle from the past will come up, you do the learning line, you do the growth line, you take action again, inspired action, that thing that your intuition is telling you is the next thing to do. Something you don't like shows up, you get on the growth line again, you take inspired action again, true love. But see these little quit places, right? So what happens in that quit place? Why do people quit? What happens there? So the first reason that people get stuck is, I know every one of you ladies are going to relate to this, right? You overthink it. You overthink it. So intuition says, go on eHarmony. Little miracles occur, right? We talked about that yesterday. You've been thinking about eHarmony, you hear a webinar about eHarmony, you know, there's an eHarmony advertisement on television, you know, you drive by in the car and you see a eHarmony billboard, not that I've seen one, but you know, that the point is that you start to see these little synchronicities around your intuitive action. So you think, I should do this. So you go on to eHarmony and you look it over and then you're like, wow, there's a lot of questions there. Oh my gosh, they're asking so many questions. I don't know how to answer these questions. Oh, this is frustrating. This is going to take a lot of time. Oh my gosh, the price. This is expensive. This is more expensive than any of these other. Wow, okay. You know what? Maybe I should just look at some of these other dating sites. Maybe I should just do a free site. I've heard about OkCupid. It's free. What about, you know, Plenty of Fish? It's free. Huh? Then you ask your friends, hey, you know, what do you guys think about me spending all this money for eHarmony? It's like so much money. It's just, what do you guys think about that? And their friends are like, oh, online dating. Blah. You know what? I heard somebody that got like followed home. I heard somebody. And then you're like all overwhelmed. And then you know, are looking at these different sites and maybe you should do this one, maybe you should do that one. Then you decide, you know what? I just need to think about it. And you distract yourself with something else, or you make an excuse. You know what? I don't have time right now, but as soon as my schedule frees up a little, I'll have time to just sit down and do all those questions. Like Saturday, I will definitely have time Saturday to just sit down and do those questions. You know what? When I get my cost of living increase next year, I will definitely do it then, because then I'll have like that extra money to do it. You know what? I'm working so much right now. Once I get that promotion, I'll do it. You know what? My kids, I'm driving them everywhere. Once my kids get older, I'll do it. Years pass, nothing happens. That's the first place you get stuck. Overthinking. You have the intuition and you overthink it. And Mel Robbins talks about that with her, you know, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go, right? Because your mind will talk you out of the things that you need to do. Okay, where you get stuck, number 2. You take action, you hit an obstacle, and you stop. So your intuition says to go on Match.com. You go on Match.com, you email a few men, nothing happens. You know, like all the men coming into your inbox, you're like, how are they even matching me with these people? You know, you actually emailed somebody, you were waiting, you were checking. Oh, did he email me back? Nothing. And now you're discouraged. You're like, you know what? My intuition said to go on Match.com, and I went, and I even emailed 2 people and nothing. And now I just spent all this money that I really didn't even think I should spend. And my friends told me, they said, don't spend money on that. Don't, you know, nobody does that. Nobody goes on Match.com. And so now you're just like, it doesn't work. It doesn't work for me. I knew it. It works for everybody else, and it doesn't work for me. And you stop, and years pass, and nothing changes. Okay, second thing, you hit an obstacle, or, you know, it doesn't happen the way you want it to, and you stop. How you get stuck, number 3, you take action, and your unresolved, deepest wounding stuff comes up. So your intuition says, join a gym and get a personal trainer. And you do, and oh my gosh, lo and behold, he is hot. And you guys click, and there's an attraction, and you start to lose weight, and you're in the best shape of your whole life, and you can't, you know, you're feeling energized because like you're seeing him twice a week, and you guys have this great connection and conversation, and it's fun, and you're thinking about him, and you're like, you got a little skip to your step, and you're like, wow, maybe it's possible, and like it's so easy. I mean, I just did this one thing, and now I've met him, and he's here, and you know, you guys decide to go for a drink and you get a little buzzed and, you know, you end up having sex. And now you're like, kind of like texting him. He's just nice to you. You show up at the gym for workouts. He's not treating you the same way as before. You know, you really like him. You don't understand what happened. It was like magical. Why doesn't he feel the same way? And then you just kind of ask him like, you know, hey, what, you know, and he says, I'm sorry, you know, one thing led to another. I don't want a relationship. So you're devastated. You quit the gym, you gain the weight back, you're afraid to try again, years pass, nothing happens. And of course, this is just a story, right? This is just a story. But many people have their own variation of the same story. Sometimes you get in a relationship, it's really tumultuous, maybe he cheats on you, you know, maybe you you know, get in a relationship and you think it's the one and he ghosts you. Maybe he strings you along for a while. Maybe he's a narcissist and you go through that whole narcissist thing and you lose your confidence. You lose your faith in yourself. Your self-esteem takes a hit. You feel ashamed and you just never want to go through that again. So you stop. Okay, how you get stuck, number 4. You take action. You actually, you revise a bit. You make progress, but suddenly you find yourself in a vicious cycle, right? The vicious cycle trap. And you're just repeating the same pattern over and over and over again. So here's what that could look like. Your intuition says, start Bumble. These are just online dating examples. This happens with other things too, although I did have the trainer thing, so that was good. So intuition says, start Bumble. So you're doing Bumble, but you're not going on any dates and you're not going on any dates. So you change up your pictures, you change up what you write, you know, and then you start meeting men and you're like, okay, that's cool. And then you start actually going on dates. And so now you're going on dates and you're going on dates, but maybe you end up on like 30 first dates. And, you know, sometimes it's him, sometimes it's you, you know, sometimes you're interested in him, you don't hear from him, you know, you meet him, he's not the guy you thought he was. So now you've gone on like all these dates and you're just tired. You're tired, you're burnt out. You're like, I never wanted to be a serial dater. What the heck? You know, or maybe you keep meeting men and you keep getting involved with the same kind of guy. And then finally you're like, okay, now I recognize him. Now I'm not going to get involved with him anymore, but I just still keep meeting him. And you're afraid to admit to your friends because they're just like, what the hell? You've been dating for years. What is going on with you? I just don't understand. What's the problem? And you don't want to tell people, you know, you're kind of like embarrassed at this point that you're this serial dater or that you've been in, you know, 4 short-term relationships in the past 2 years. It generally ends up looking like serial dating or serial monogamous. That's what this pattern kind of looks like. And a lot of times you can even get to the point where you know what you don't want and you don't do it anymore, but you're trying to shift into what you do want, right? So then this is what happens here. You decide to work on yourself. So you're like, you know what? I need to take a break and work on myself. Because obviously, or what you hear all the time, like, I need to love myself more. Obviously, there's a problem with my self-esteem, this kinds of things, right? So you take a break from dating, you read a bunch of books, maybe you do some therapy, maybe you focus on your personal growth, you get back out there, let's just make up a number, it doesn't matter. Let's say a year later, and the same thing happens. And you're like, what do I do now? So this person, this kind of person here, honestly, is the person that when they start working with me, in fact, one of my clients, she's going to come on Saturday. She was this person. And literally 6 weeks later, she has a guy super into her. They're having a romantic Valentine's Day dinner tomorrow night. He's totally into her. He's chasing her. He's calling her. And she's just like, oh my gosh, I can't believe this. I spent years doing this vicious cycle. And in 6 weeks, and I other clients, like, I get engaged in 6 months. That's like kind of the minimum time period that you could do that. You know, because it just was like this one little shift that they needed to make, and it all fell into place. So that's how you get stuck. Oh wait, my pretty heart. And then how you get unstuck. Okay, so you have to make it a priority. You make it a priority. I really believe, I live by the fact that we are here in this life right now, where our purpose on this planet is to have desires, to act on them, and to accomplish our dreams. We are here to experience. And we are in a very rare time in history where literally almost everything you desire is available and things can happen so fast. I mean, it took, I'm not a great historian, and I've researched this. I don't have the numbers in front of me, but like it's in my book, ebook, Girl's Guide to the Unavailable Man. It took, let's say, 3,000 years to get the wheel. And then let's say it took 500 years to get the fire. And then it took, another like 1,000 years for the Industrial Revolution to come. And then once the Industrial Revolution came, it took like 100 more years to have, electricity. And then it took 50 more years to have, the phone. And then once we got the internet, everything sped up. Everything sped up. And now you get, like, what I love about working with people in their relationships, like people who are in a relationship, but they don't have the commitment they want. What I love working with them is because you make one shift. You do one thing differently. You make one shift and the relationship changes like that fast. And online dating, you make one shift. You make one shift in your mindset and one shift in your action, and you see a result that fast because everything is moving that fast, which is why people have high level of stress and people feel overwhelmed. But if you know how to do the ride, it's really to your benefit. So the thing about desires, though, is that you have to go, everything is fine-tuned because everything's moving fast. The energy is super fine-tuned. That's why when you're dating somebody, they sense your energy. And so if your energy gets farther ahead than them in the dating process, they're like pulling way back because everything is just so, the energy is intense and everything is fine-tuned. So if you're going for something that's not your true desire, if you're going for a relationship because you think you should have one, if you're going for a relationship because you think it's going to help you solve your money problem, if you're going for a relationship because you think it's going to make you feel better about yourself to have somebody on your arm, you're not going to get it. I mean, you can get it because frankly, I firmly 100% would swear to you, if we were going to do a contest and I would put on my like dirty sweatpants and sweatshirt and go sit in front of 7-Eleven for 4 hours, I could probably meet a man to marry me. A man to marry me. Not true love, just I could get married. That I am that sure of that. But do you want to just get married? No, you wouldn't have stuck in here for 7 days listening to me talk about this. True love is the happy, healthy, fulfilling relationship. It is the relationship of the future. So if you have a true desire in your heart to have this, if you want to experience your life with another person, if you want to grow together, if you want to have him really see you for who you are, not some perfect image that you put out, not, you know, trying to please him, not trying to be the cool girl, not trying to be the chameleon, but really be yourself and be willing to share who you are and see him for who he is, then you've got to go for it. You've got to go for it. So go for something big, do what it takes, and ask for help when you need it. Because I believe that nobody should pass without going for at least one big desire. Go for one big thing. And true love is a big thing. You know, it takes courage, and it takes commitment, and it takes willingness. And you have to do things sometimes that are hard, like say how you're feeling to another human being, like, wow, you know, I'm wondering how you're feeling about me. How do you feel about me? That's a hard thing to ask, but why in the world would you want to become intimate with somebody if you have no freaking idea how they feel about you? I think you have to ask. Okay. And then don't hesitate. Don't get into that whole mistake number one that I just talked about. Overthink. Don't overthink. Overthinking is the kiss of death. And one thing I really am passionate about teaching people is how to learn to really hear your intuition. You know, so many, I was just talking to Melissa about this. I'm going to share her radio show with you guys next week. But Melissa and I were talking about intuition. She's like, yeah, when you're in a relationship and you feel those warning signs and you look back on it. But the thing is that you are feeling so much. You're feeling anxiety about the relationship in general. You're feeling anxiety about the uncertainty. You're feeling hormones and chemical reactions in your body. And then you're having an intuitive warning sign that something doesn't feel right. And it's really hard to decipher all of that. So that's one of the things that going for your goal is, that you learn to hear that inner voice. And Mel Robbins, who I love, we are all capable of greatness. I believe that. It is our feelings and fears that convince us that now is not the right time and keep us from achieving greatness. Okay. So I want to check back in. How is everybody processing this? I hope I meet him and live to be 99 like my grandmother, but she met her husband when she was 19. Well, people did that then. People don't get married as early, and, you know, I could get started on the marriage thing, you know. Jean, I overthink. Wow, it is hard not to want to just jump right in. Yes, I know, Tanya, that is a tough thing, but when you know, one of the things I always teach is like the 5 stages of relationships and how to date through each stage so that you get the commitment that you want. I've had so many warning signs. That's how I know I can't meet anyone, because when I start talking, those signs start going off. Okay, well, I see you've got some beliefs going here, Tanya. So I suggest you just play full out and get that belief clearing session. And actually, this leads into a really great subject of the next thing that I want to share with you guys. Because I want to share about beliefs. So we are going to have a bonus training, and I am calling it Your Last Valentine's Day Alone. And it's going to be Saturday morning at 8:30 Pacific time, Saturday, February 16th. And we're going to talk about your core beliefs and how they're affecting your life, and common core beliefs that stop love, the ways you change core beliefs. And I'm going to share my 5 steps to true love. So we're going to do one more training. I'm going to send out an event to everybody so that you know and you have it on your calendar. And I'm also going to share how If you're enjoying this, if you're making progress, if you've been a little afraid to jump in, or if you've been hesitating, but you really, you want to learn, maybe all doing so many challenges was overwhelming to you and your inspired action's a little bit slower and you want to learn how to really create true love and you want to learn how to attract true love and you want to go deeper, I'm going to share about what the next step with me can look like. And this will be obviously a smaller group, a more intimate group. We'll get together weekly. I'll have you guys in Zoom with me. It won't be broadcasted into Facebook, into the live group. It'll be really private and personal, and we'll go really, really deep together. And I'll teach you, I'll explain the 5 steps here, but I'll take you through them and I'll teach you, really teach you how to understand how to manifest love personally for you. So that is going to be Saturday, 8:30 a.m. Pacific time. Like I said, I'll create an event in here, and I'm really excited to see you guys there, because I do want to teach to you about core beliefs, because it's really, core beliefs shape your life. Like when I was showing you how you create your reality, core beliefs were right there, right? So it's kind of the last piece of the puzzle that I want to share with you all. Okay, going back to the Facebook group. I've had so many, let's see, where are we? Anybody have any questions? I see we have 24 comments. That is very exciting. I might be missing some. Let me go through before we sign off. Sounds awesome. Yay. Thank you, Kay. Tara's excited. Tanya says it'd be awesome. Yay. Okay, so I'm not seeing all the comments, but that's okay. I will catch them later. So my lovelies, you still have until Friday, once again, to complete the challenges. And if any of you guys are dating online, I am telling you now, you are really going to want to have this free training, because it's going to help you very much, very much. All righty, terrific. And I wish you all a very wonderful and happy Valentine's Day. And I will be back Friday at 5 to announce the winners of the contest. I'm going to pop in tomorrow and just say, hey, happy Valentine's Day. And then I'll see you Saturday. Mwah. Love you guys.